Interestingly enough, I can't access my Facebook right now. I don't know why. But I think we got to talk about what's been going on. To start the show, I really want to talk about the Alex Jones thing. I know a lot of people have different opinions on it. Some of you may have already heard my opinion on it because I talked about it on a couple different shows. I talked about it on the Jimmy Dore Show and on Aggressive Progressive. So some of you guys probably already know where I stand on it. First of all, I don't like Alex Jones. I find him to be despicable. I disagree with virtually everything he says. However, I felt this way before Alex Jones, so I still feel this way now. I'm not going to let the fact that I dislike Alex Jones change the way I feel about a certain issue. And the way I feel about something as big as Facebook or Apple is that at this point, they should have to abide by the First Amendment when it comes to banning content. And that could involve making them a public utility, or it could be a decision that they make themselves. They could make that decision as a private company. They're not going to, but they could. And I think that when you're their size, because they are so dominant in the way we exchange information, and they are in many ways the electronic public square, they should have to follow First Amendment rules at this point. Now, is the First Amendment a completely perfect document? Of course not. No document is. But I think the First Amendment's pretty damn good as far as what kind of speech should just absolutely not be tolerated and what we should have to tolerate for the greater good that is freedom of speech. I think the First Amendment does a pretty solid job. I know that I personally, if I had to come up with my own terms of conditions, I would probably not do as good of a job as the First Amendment. You know who else I don't have any confidence in that would be able to come up with something as good as the First Amendment either? A bunch of Silicon Valley billionaires that got rich because they came up with a social platform that was originally intended to rate college girls. So, I'm not defending Alex Jones at all. I'm not sticking up for his rights. I'm simply saying that there should be a due process via the First Amendment, not just a bunch of Silicon Valley billionaires sitting in a room deciding what you can and can't see. When it's something as big as Facebook. Now, when it's a smaller entity, of course, they have the right as a private citizen or whatever to disassociate. That is how the First Amendment works. Absolutely. So let's say some small network, let's say, and this is just the first network that comes into my head, Pacifica Radio Network, decides to ban Alex Jones. They have every right to do that. That's fine. And if that happened, none of us would be talking about it because it would be a non-issue. They're a network. They have the right to disassociate. Alex Jones has the right to say whatever he wants within First Amendment parameters, and that has consequence. Some of the consequence might be some entities don't want to work with you. That's fine. But again, we're talking about something as big as Facebook. They should have to abide by public utilities rules and abide by the First Amendment. I felt that way before this happened with Alex Jones. So I'm not going to change the way I feel about that issue just because I don't like Alex Jones. And it's very interesting to me to see people that are supposedly on the left defending the, quote, corporate personhood of Facebook just because it involves somebody they don't like. And as of the recording of this, I am unable to access my Facebook. I posted on Facebook that I think they should have to follow the First Amendment. And I even put a disclaimer. I don't like Alex Jones. I disagree with everything that guy stands for. And here's the other kicker here. If they followed First Amendment guidelines, there is a chance Alex Jones would still be banned. And I don't have any opposition to that. If the headline that would have came out earlier this week said, Alex Jones found guilty of violating the First Amendment via a court of law, via constitutional lawyers, as a result lost his Facebook page, I would expect that to happen. I'd be like, yeah, okay. And I don't want to say definitively that, yes, Alex Jones has violated the First Amendment, A, because I'm not a constitutional lawyer, and B, because I'm not super fluent in the guy's catalog. But I know there's suits out there in regards to Sandy Hook. There's laws in regards to libel. So, yeah, there's a chance that even if Facebook did what I'm calling for, Alex Jones would still be banned anyway. So in no way am I defending Alex Jones. That's not the issue here. I'm simply calling for transparency when it comes to a giant as big as Facebook. And I think the First Amendment's the way to go. And I'm surprised there's been so much opposition to that idea. If you're on the left, especially the anti-war left, I would think free speech is something you'd take very seriously. And again, I can't access my Facebook right now. I'm not able to get onto my Facebook. That is new as of this morning. I went to log on to Facebook. I could not. I tweeted out a question. Apparently, there is one or two other people that tweeted back at me. They are also having the same issue. It's a very disturbing Orwellian time we live in. And maybe it's just a glitch. Maybe there's other people having this problem. I'm not going to jump to conclusions about why I can't get on Facebook right now. All I'm saying is, as of right now, I can't. I cleared my browser history. I tried on 2 different browsers. I reset my password. I can't get on Facebook. Let me see what you guys are saying. Do I think they've blocked me? I don't know. JT, you mean you're not a Constitution surgeon? Yeah, I can't claim surgeon. But I do think that that the First Amendment's better than some privacy policy written by Silicon Valley billionaires.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your